The government continues to speak in favor of dialogue, but following the recent violence, the army is taking a tougher stand. We no longer want conflict nor war. It's absolutely important. Now, if they don't hear us, if they don't hear this message, then I think they are engaged in terrorism and we will treat them as terrorists. Serious remarks. The 6-month prison sentence given to the party's number 2 man will not help defuse the tension. Dialogue seems to be slipping away in Côte d'Ivoire.
As many as 270 workers at the Marikana mines in South Africa have been charged with the murder of 34 miners. Critics of the South African government say it was inappropriate to use an apartheid-era law that favors the investigators to prosecute the defendants. As we hear in this report, all those who were present during the shooting of the miners are suspects in the case.
They left the court in handcuffs, 2 by 2. 2 weeks after the wild shooting by police that killed 34 miners at the Marikana mine, the 270 other miners present at the strike demonstration have formally been indicted for murder in the deaths of their fellow miners killed by the police. Prosecutors are making use of an obscure legal doctrine known as the Common Purpose Law. It states that all people present at the scene of a crime can be arrested as accomplices. This was used by police during the apartheid era.
I'm very happy that the court has ruled in our favor. This will allow the state to go and verify personal details of the accused.
I'm not disappointed. We've done a good job. We've put good work in it. And I think we've done a great job.
Their arrests have brought a wave of protest. The former leader of the ANC Youth League has called it a crazy act, especially since none of the policemen involved in the shooting have been arrested or placed in detention. 2 weeks after the shootings, the Lonmin platinum mine at Marikana is still shut down. Only 6% of the workers have showed up at their jobs. Negotiations will begin again on Monday. The striking miners want their salaries to be tripled. South Africa produces some 80% of the world's platinum.
Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney has been lashing out at U.S. President Barack Obama. Romney was speaking at the close of a 4-day Republican convention in Tampa, Florida. In a primetime speech relayed to millions of viewers around the world, Mitt Romney promised to fix the economy and provide more jobs for the unemployed. The Republican presidential nominee also said Obama was not a bad person, but a bad president. We have more in this report.
At the U.S. Republican Convention in Tampa, Florida, veteran film star and director Clint Eastwood made his pitch in favor of the Republican presidential candidate to an enthusiastic audience.
There's 23 million unemployed people in this country. Now it may be time for somebody else to come along and solve the problem.
Following the act was 65-year-old Mitt Romney, a multi-millionaire businessman and former governor of Massachusetts. The Republican presidential candidate took the stage.
I accept your nomination for President of the United States.
Mitt Romney has been coming across as a stiff candidate, used his nomination ceremony to try to soften his image.
Why should women have any less say than men about the great decisions facing our nation?
He also promoted his experience in business to promise Americans a strong nation and new jobs.
I will begin my presidency with a jobs tour. President Obama began his presidency with an apology tour. America, he said, had dictated to other nations. No, Mr. President, America has freed other nations from dictators.
The countdown to the 6th of November election has started for Mitt Romney with his running mate for the vice presidency, Paul Ryan. The Republican candidate is now officially running against incumbent President Barack Obama, the Democratic Party candidate.
Well, time now to take our second break. When we come back, we'll take a look at sports. Stay tuned in.
There are many property companies out there, so making a choice can sometimes be difficult. This is why you should rely on a professional and experienced player in the market. Let me introduce you to Universal Properties. Universal Properties. Universal Properties. Universal Properties are one of the oldest and the most reliable property company in the Gambia. Universal Properties, we have 3 great locations to offer: Lamin, Brufut, and also on the Sukuta Airport Highway. In Lamin, we have 25 by 20 with inner roads, electricity, water, and some residents are already in place. We are greatly located in Brufut and very well accessible. The place you would want to build your dream home. Universal Properties. Universal Properties. And in Sukuta Airport Highway, you can have easy access to the airport, roads, and all amenities. We are located on number 2 Carava Avenue FIB House on the 2nd floor. Call us on 788-8888, 618-8888, or 996-5204, or www.universalproperties.org. Universal Properties. In God we trust. In God we trust.
Welcome back. Time now to take a look at sports. FIFA General Secretary Jerome Vec was so concerned about Brazil's preparations for the 2012 World Cup that earlier this year he publicly said they need a kick up the backside. However, his attitude appeared very different on a visit to the country. CNN spoke to him in this interview.
A football-friendly Brazilian style, played barefoot on AstroTurf in a Rio de Janeiro favela. Across town, the tone was also friendly at the latest board meeting of international football's governing body, FIFA.
Today, all the 12 stadiums, I would say, are on track, meaning that none of them is in a critical situation.
Earlier this year, FIFA Secretary General said Brazil needed a kick in the backside to get ready for the 2014 World Cup. But he was conciliatory when he sat down for an interview with CNN.
The main impression is that the cities are definitely working hard.
We went to check out Rio's iconic Maracanã Stadium for ourselves. The head of the renovation says workers are on schedule to finish for the Confederations Cup, a traditional warm-up event for the World Cup. We're working very intensely, he says. 5,500 men. We're contracting even more to finish by February 2013. Workers are widening the seats. They've also modernized the stadium to give fans a 360-degree uninhibited view of the game. But some things are out of their control.
Maracanã, this is Brazil's temple to the beautiful game. They built it in 1950 for the first World Cup. They didn't win it then. This is their second chance. But Team Brazil won't even make it to this pitch unless they play in the final game.
Most recently, Brazil failed to bring home the gold from the London Olympics. But football sensation Ronaldo told CNN he was optimistic about the World Cup. The Brazilian people have high expectations about winning the cup in our own country, he says, and I'm certain that by the time we get to the cup, our team is going to be competitive. A victory on home soil would no doubt be a dream come true for kids like these across Brazil. Shasta Darlington, CNN, Rio de Janeiro.
Well, from sports, we shift our attention to the weather report by the Central Forecast Office.
Oh yes, you can drive your way there with the Elton to Mecca Jafale Kafo promo. The Hajj is possible. Stay loyal or become a member of the Elton Jafale Kafo today and enjoy the double take. Because every time you fill your tank at any of our Elton stations, you get a chance to be in our monthly raffle draw. To take home lots of goodies like gallons of oil, bags of rice, bags of sugar, vehicle accessories, and much more. Plus a chance to become the lucky winner of the Elton to Mecca Jafale Kafo fully paid Hajj expenses. Remember, it's a double take. Your single loyalty for the monthly draw and the Elton to Mecca Jafale Kafo final draw to be held just before the Hajj. For more information, drop by any of our Elton stations. Elton, a new vision of service.
Hello
Hello there, wonderful viewers. Welcome to the weather segment. We begin with the summary. We experienced a humid and variably cloudy atmosphere across the country, and rain affected some parts of the country. Figures recorded are as follows. Bassa recorded the highest with 3.8 millimeters, Yundum 2.8 millimeters, Fatoto recorded 1.1 millimeters, and Banjul recorded 3. We now take a look at the satellite image to know what